timing early.
I mean, yeah, for sure. We saw Secret actually run the last track against Undying as well. It seemed to have a decent effect. It wasn't a core Undying, of course. So now they have a choice to pick their carry here. They go for the Troll Warlord. I was thinking maybe like a Terrorblade or something would be good. They definitely need a lot of damage. A hero that potentially buys a Scotty as well that can end up killing this Leshrac. I'm afraid Troll might not be that hero, but the positives for this hero is they do have a lot of saves for him. Like, they got the Soul Rip, they have Chin Heals, they have a lot of ways to keep him alive. So if he can stick on his target, he might be able to kill them. But you do have to worry about the relocate here. That could save Leshrac in a fight. While Troll pops his ulti. It's kind of like a one-trick pony on Troll. You pop your BKB, you pop your ulti, and then you hope someone dies in that duration, because if they don't, you're dying shortly after and you're getting kited.
Yeah, they did pick this Troll before against Virtus.pro in the group stages, and they won. So, but their draft was a lot different back then. They had the Brood, they had SF, Marcy Lich, which is a very different type of draft than what they have currently. But does that also mean they could maybe pick a Brood last pick? I'm not sure if it even fits the draft anymore with the Undying in there.
They probably could. You just have to put the Snap mid if you're comfortable with that. They could do something like that. I think right now, Wildcard, it looks like they have the idea of just having a heavy team fight, group up at some point, take Aegis, and then just play around the buildings, have Troll hit buildings with an Aegis and try to end the game. They don't have much flexibility in their lineup right now. They can't really catch heroes. They can't catch IO split pushing right now. They just don't have that hero that can set up kills. But they have a very strong 5-man lineup here, so that seems to be like the route that they're going to go, and it's going to be up to like Vici to stop that timing here, maybe rat it out a bit with the IO, or just straight up try to teamfight them if they can get the right hero to do so.
5 seconds remaining.
Because what could be that right hero to bring it all together to potentially go for that team fight?
I mean, I'm actually not sure. I was thinking for Vici at first, maybe that they would want the Slark, but Wildcard banned it out. I'm not sure where Vici want to put this Lesh. I feel like they probably don't play Lesh carry, but I'm having not the easiest time finding the best carry picks here for Vici at this point.
I'm thinking something like
really
CK.
Good. Oh, they went for Razor. That was another one. I was thinking Drow, and then I didn't think of the Razor quite yet, but that's a classic. We saw so much Razor before, then it got nerfed, but yeah, Razor is the best hero pretty much versus Troll in the game. You just get on top of him, you suck his damage, you can't really get away from it. It's a rough matchup, for sure.
Well, Wildcard,
Also...
You sorry,
go ahead.
You go,
you.
please. No, you.
I mean, they haven't played this Razor at all, which is kind of surprising that they are bringing up some new hero picks at least to fulfill their drafts, and like countering the Troll is already pretty nice. I was thinking something along the lines of CK, but does CK really want to play against Snap and Undying? They can make a really hard game for him, but Razor makes a lot of sense.
With Wildcard's last pick, I was going to say, you know, even VG think that they're still looking for a mid laner, but I'm kind of curious as to what could be left in the pool for alone, because his SF gone, Lina, his Invoker as well, the Sniper not in the pool, Ember as well gone. It's sort of like being limited more and more for you.
Yeah, I mean, versus the Leshrac, some people
Maybe
like
Queen?
the Queen Kunkka is what people like versus Lesh mid too, if they want to go that route. Could be okay. Maybe not the best for the game, but yeah, maybe Queen or Kunkka, potentially.
Maybe double down on the Husker pick again.
Wouldn't that be like tripling down at this point?
I wouldn't hate that, honestly, because I think whatever they pick here, Wildcard's draft is like you're dealing with Razor against a Troll, and you don't feel great about that. And you do want to hit a timing. You probably want to get some Lotus Orbs for your Troll, maybe some Lincolns. Deathballing is still a great option here, because like the high ground defense from Vici, it's not that great. They don't have much spam. They just kind of have to fight you, so it looks good. There's the Queen.
Was that Kezu who called Queen?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Wow,
I mean, just to go onto the pick real quick, I think the options were getting limited. Like, some of the better ones would have been probably the Bad Rider just would own this game. Lesh and Razor hate this hero. Same with the Invoker ban was pretty good. In terms of Queen, it lanes pretty well against Lesh unless something has changed there. The pure damage is great against Lesh IO2, and we had the same matchup on a stream yesterday as well. Queen is good against Razor in the game because you can gank the hero early on. It's a low HP hero. You have pure damage, and the Sonic Wave can also push the Razor away in the fight. That could, help the Troll with the Razor matchup as well.
Is this series going to be evening out, Fear? Is there that faith in NA's hope staying alive?
I don't think so. I think I'm still going to give this one to Vici. Like, you do have a nice, like, the Queen is a good pick. I don't think it'll crush the mid lane or anything. I think the Troll versus Razor matchup is still pretty hard, and I think Undying, I'm not sure about this lineup, but I think Razor should do fine against an Undying lane, but that's something I'm not entirely sure about. But if that is the case, then I'm pretty much going for Vici here.
Okay, T-Panda, very quickly as well for you, which side are you favoring?
Well, I got two types of tickets in my pockets. I've got one for the hype train. I got another for the airport. So it's a 2-0 for Vici.
All right, I'm interested to see how those lanes are going to play out, as you highlighted, Fear, but also to see if VG can close this best of 3 out in a 2-0. Let's head over to our casters. It's Snare and Fluke.
Thank you very much, Nat and the gang, which sounds like a bad name. You all should consider doing that. We are here for game number 2, Vici Gaming versus Wildcard Gaming. One of these squads is going home at the end of the series. So far, Fluke, it looks like Vici has the pole position. Do you agree with our panel that Vici are going to be giving a young quick ticket to the airport to the side of Wildcard?
I do agree with them. Obviously, Troll Warlord is one of those heroes that I feel like right now, because he's not really at the top of the pile of these carry heroes, that if he's in a bad matchup like against the Razor, it's going to be very, very hard for him to have a good game. But, you know, we've seen Alone do a whole lot of good work on his Shadow Fiend, so maybe this time around he's able to have a pretty standout performance for them if they can get this snowball going, this death ball with the Chen, and kind of just run their faces into some of these towers, then maybe they can get it done. They showed some signs of life in that previous game, but I definitely do feel like Vici Gaming has a easier to execute kind of draft and have a very straightforward way of getting this one done.
It's like a classic Chinese draft, man. Like Leshrak Io, Lesh with the battery here, Erica playing this sort of mid-game anti-carry, and then you have this absurdly high-tempo pushing lane coming in from the offside of the map. So Vici certainly in their element, in their pocket. Erica hasn't played Razor in a while, but not the hardest hero to play, especially if you are a nominal player in the Chinese region. But let's go. Game 2, Wildcard, impress us. We want a game number 3. We did see Alone yesterday as well, really impressing in that game versus Polaris when he was playing Zeus. So he's not just a right-clicking type of player here, Fluke. He can play these high-tempo magic dealers all across the map as well.
Yeah, I think Alone has always been one of those players to me that has been very high skill when it comes to a lot of the mid heroes that we've seen. So I'm expecting some big stuff out of Alone here. Can definitely get onto a really early snowball and kind of put a lot of pressure. One thing for Vici Gaming as well is they don't really have the best catch, right? Like, yes, they have rebound and dispose to be able to get on top of the Queen of Pain, but outside of that, there's really not much. So if they're able to kind of give Alone that little bit of extra time so he can get away from the limited amount of disables that Vici Gaming has, then he should have a relatively okay time. I'm really looking towards to see what this top lane is going to look like, though. If Divine Llama once again has a good lane and is able to abuse the fact that Undying is a very, very strong hero, then they can start to slow things down, because the panel talked about this Troll Warlord and the Razor matchup, but if Razor is not having a fun time and the rest of the heroes are dealing with him, like this Queen of Pain's able to deal with him in the team fights with Sonic Wave, Divine Llama is able to be one of those heroes that is constantly just in his face, then maybe the Troll Warlord is able to break the leash and be able to kind of run around these team fights and actually deal some damage.
I mean, on the bright side, so here's what's going to happen. Check this out, right? We've got Sonic Wave to push you back on the Razor. Yeah. And we've got Chen. He's going to get a Wild Ring Ripper, hurricane you away from the leash. Then it's fine.
Yeah.
There we go.
Big brain. There's definitely some ways around it, but it's one of those feels bads, right? Like, you're going into a game like this, you're playing Troll Warlord, and you're like, God damn it, man. Like, I had to play against this Razor who's literally just going to be using the Static Link on me as much as he possibly can. And speaking of the Static Link, Erica.
He's fine. Yang's there to buff him up. Should be able to keep him in pretty good stead. And Erica really going to be enjoying having access to this IO, because otherwise Undying could apply some pressure. Mid lane, XL finds the stun onto Alone. A couple more right clicks. The Lightning Storm will be there, and he draws first blood. Wow. It is not often that we get these first bloods in the mid lane anymore. Even rarer that it's in the 1v1 matchups, but it's happened. And yet again in the series, XM styling a little bit on Alone in the 1v1 matchup here, Fluke.
Yeah, I would be happy if XM just waited about 50 seconds for him to get that first blood, because I put the prediction in to be after 3 minutes. So XM, I'm happy for the first blood, but I'm not happy that my prediction's wrong. But either way, Alone not having any levels in the blink, just getting caught out by the Split Earth. Pretty straightforward there from XM, and I feel like this mid lane matchup has been kind of XM today. Like, it feels like XM's on a little bit something, because they do have another series to play after this if they do get the win against Wildcard. So if they're going to start out nice and hot here on their player like XM, then it's going to bode well for the rest of the last chance qualifiers, because as we said, right, it's do or die for all these teams in this elimination bracket, and that's where you really want to see your kind of star players step up. And Vici Gaming fans definitely pretty happy with how XM's been playing and getting this game going.
Regrettably, there hasn't been much to celebrate if you're a Vici Gaming fan over the last year or so, but this last chance qualifiers, they've been kicking it up a notch, showing us exactly why they all held such promise on this roster. Even BAB, the newcomer, really impressing. So many games where he's been the one that's the MVP. In this game for XM, since we are going to be talking about him a little bit, are we just going Yule's Bloodstone? Usual build-up for this Leshrac?
Yeah, I was watching the Secret Series earlier on today, and Nisha just went straight Bloodstone. So I wouldn't hate to see that as well, considering you've got the IO behind you to be able to alleviate a bit of that pressure. But the Yule's is just a nice little opener to be able to have that defensive item early on if Alone does get a very, very early Orchid. So yeah, I feel like Yule's into the Bloodstone, and then maybe like a Kaya Sarge to finish it out here for XM. The Llama though, killing Yang.
Nice. They do get the kill onto Yang. They go for the easier target. They're much more simple to bring down an IO than a Razor at this point in the game. So they make that happen. And whilst the IO is gone, Erica will need to be a little bit careful about how he approaches this lane. Llama in general still having a very good time in this early portion of the game on this Undying. Has he played the offlane Undying? I don't remember. There's been a lot of Dota over the last few days. I'm not 100% sure if he has.
Yeah, well, talking to some of the guys on the panel, that's the thing, right? There's just been so much Dota over these last couple of days that it's so hard to deal with. But yeah, Llama is actually crushing this lane. 25-6 up against the 20-1. Usually when you talk about these Razor lanes, like, he dominates a lot of these melee heroes, but I like that he's gone for 2 early levels in the Soul Rip, right? Being able to secure some of those range crits, put a lot of pressure back onto Yang, because that's how they got that extra kill. Was Alex walked in with a Scatter Blast and the Fire Snap Cookie, and they just killed him with the Soul Rip. But Alex, yep, alright, that's a bit rough for him to be there, but that's why I like this build coming in from Llama, getting a lot of extra levels into the Decay. Does a lot of damage when she started getting a few more of those levels into it, and same with the Soul Rip. So it's going to be a hard lane for them to deal with once Llama starts getting towards these very scary levels. And if he has a good lane and comes out against a Razor like this, then I might start to raise my eyebrow a little bit here of Vici Gaming.
Let's take a quick look down bottom. We've been neglecting them a little bit here. Unfortunately, we have to do it, Fluke. We have to talk about Troll. The East Troll available in this game. We might actually stop, though, for a small gag happening through this mid lane. Alex dodges the rebound like a boss, but there's no way you dodge this incoming damage. The dispose from Frix ensures it at the end there. And now that they know that there is no Snapfire available, they were trying to apply pressure onto the Undying, but Llama demonstrating that all these levels he's gained certainly going to be put to good use. He stays alive, lives up to his name. And bottom though, BAB hasn't been able to get much out of the CS for the most part. He's been struggling on this Visage. Are they going to dive top? Yeah, they are. Frisk is here. Rebound is on. Dispose at the ready. And that's going to be Llama just dead. So BAB, suck it up. Be alone down bottom. We have kills to be making on the other side of the map.
And XM going towards
has made this rotation. Yeah, he's just showing up. He's come to Eves. Yang comes in to provide a battery. Dude, Vici Gaming just playing with such pace all across the map. As soon as this Marcy left this bottom lane, it's almost like they decided, all right, laning phase is over, kill absolutely everybody here at the 6-minute mark of the game.
Yeah, it was a nice little series of events that happened there for XM as well, obviously. He got the kill on Alex, he walked towards bottom, he got the nice little 50-50 coin flip in the river, he got an Arcane Rune, and then he walked into the Radiant Jungle, was then gifted 2 Bounty Runes, and went from 0 mana to full mana, and went to the bottom side of the map, and he was able to kill Eve. So, you know, nice little chain of 1 to 2 minutes there for Leshrac is starting to get him to this point where he's starting to get scary, right? Like, if he starts to put up some of these stats, build up a lot of this magic, because this is what Erica, though, are they going to be able to get the kill here?
There is in danger. Llama has Decay soon. Couple more hits is all it should take. Oh, Yang is here, but it's not going to be enough. not going to be enough. And Yang should be able to escape away from this one. But this is a very instrumental kill. They just lost Eves on the bottom side of the map, so getting quick revenge up in top lane whilst they knew that Yang is not there, Frisk is not there, and they exploit the timing. Wildcard, you know, they're in the last chance qualifiers for a reason. They're able to read exactly where the next play is supposed to happen on the map. And unfortunately, Frisk almost got the jump onto Eves, but just not in range. So things starting to tamp down a little bit here for Luke with the side of Wildcard Gaming. It was a difficult last few minutes, but they still have decent amounts of net worth on their heroes. They haven't lost any towers just yet. Their positioning is still okay, and they're about to get the tier 1 tower in this bottom lane.
If the Chen starts to lose his creeps, this could be a little bit awkward, especially now with the rotation coming in from XM. They have a rebound though, no. Frisk didn't want to go in,
They do have rebound,
Sam's
but no
in trouble.
dispose. They're going to commit it onto Sam. Yeah, he's dead. Very, very dead. That was also BAB just getting access to the Visage Familiars. But Sam did not die in vain. Radiant side does end up taking the tower. It's not denied either, so in exchange for that, pre-10 minutes, if you're Sam, you'll take it. It's okay.
Yeah.
And you drew some heroes towards here. Yes, you're going to end up losing your tower as well, but when you're playing against Leshrac Visage, you expect to lose the tier 1 tower bottom very quickly. But Eves, he TP'd out in a very awkward position. Oh my goodness, overestimated his own safety. Thought he was away from the vision, but unfortunately they just plopped down this observer ward beforehand, so they catch him on the very edge of it and they do manage to get the kill. That is the worst case scenario.
Yep. He thought because it was night time that he was out of the vision of these heroes, but the observer ward behind the tower, that's a real feels bad as well, because now you have to do the walk of shame, and you have to walk of shame to a non-optimal spot on the map as well. Erica's going to go down there in the top lane.
He is indeed. Yang tries to save him, but it's not going to work out. Yang will be able to TP away at the very least. So it feels like every time Eves dies, Wildcard Gaming are like, we have to kill Erica.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters at the moment. And they've successfully done so and traded both times. It's not so bad. They haven't been able to get real estate off the back of this in the same way Vici were able to down bottom. But they can start to soften up this tower and maybe get it in the next upcoming 2 or 3 waves.
Yeah, they are doing a good job at trying to get some of these counter punches across the map, but at what point do you start being concerned about the ball that's coming in from Vici? Oh my god, the Marcy once again.
There's a reason this hero has a 75% win rate right now across 16 games, which is a bit obscene. Quick kill happening onto the young Alex Snapfire, and with him being dead, that's going to open up the space for the tier 1 tower to be taken. Yes, Wildcard Gaming will trade for tier 1 top, but Vici Gaming gotten 2 tier 1s in exchange for 1. You'll take that any day of the week, and they might actually decide to smoke here. They're still playing in an aggressive position, and they smoke up, yeah? They're looking bottom.
Eves.
I hope Eves
TP.
has got the signal, and he's gotten out. Please get out, Eves. Run away. Run away.
Oh no. He's holding a skill point though, Snare. He does have his ultimate if he needs to use it, but... Oh, now he's TPing.
Oh! That was so close. Frisk picks him out exactly where he was afterwards, but he guessed wrong initially.
Yep.
Very, very close for him.
That was very close to being worst case scenario. It definitely doesn't bode well for Wildcard if they lose their carry once again, back to back to back. Frisk doing such an amazing job, top lane. Frisk is literally everywhere. Like, I've been seeing this in the last couple of series that we've had for Vici Gaming. Frisk, when he's playing on these heroes like the Tusk and the Marcy, has just been an aggression machine. He seems to always be able to be in the right place at the right time, catching out these very, very important heroes. Because for Wildcard right now, their Undying as well as their Queen of Pain are the 2 heroes that are doing the best right now. You're looking to try and see what these heroes are able to do. They can continue to kill Erica as well as Frisk. Then Wildcard can start to stabilize the game a little bit because it's not like a real hyper carry for Vici Gaming that's going to take over the game. Yes, the Leshrac is starting to take over the game, but it's not like, you know, some Morphling or anything like that. So right now the relocate comes in, Wildcard, they need to run.
Yep. But very nice Centaur Conqueror War Stomp to try and prevent them from actually doing anything with this relocate. XM still going to try and run forward. Frisk has access to the dispose, but has already committed the rebound. Honestly, Sam just saved this fight like an absolute boss. That play with the creeps prevents them from being able to make any kind of aggressive happen. And now they know that there's 2 heroes missing from here. So potentially they can try and force this engagement. There's no mana for the Sonic Wave though, and Alone is out of resources, so we'll choose and opt to back off. But for Vici Gaming, they still haven't been able to fully leverage this Leshrac outside of getting a couple of kills on the map and some tower pushing. Becomes really, really disgusting once they involve him proper into these fights. And it's very frustrating for Wildcard, right? They've killed Erica so many times, and they're like, alright, sweet. Erica is an issue, but the issue with this Razor is no matter how many times you kill him, he just buys BKB, and then suddenly he's a real hero again. It's very, very annoying.
Yeah, that's the kind of catch-22 that Wildcard have to deal with, right? Yeah, you're shutting down Erica, but at the same time, like, as long as he just survives a little bit longer and gets the leash off onto the troll wall, you're going to be A-OK because XM's going to be doing all the damage. Right now, he has the Yule Scepter, he has the cloak, and he's very, very close to being able to get him the first component to be able to move towards his Bloodstone. You know, the Voodoo Mask, if he wants to build that up, or whether or not he just wants to hold out completely for the Soul Booster. And, like, Vici Gaming are perfectly okay with this because XM is just running around the map doing whatever he wants. Yeah, BAB decided to move towards that Wraith Pack. Once he builds that up, same thing with Erica, right? Gets that BKB online, and then once they hit those item spikes, I really don't know what Wildcard are going to be able to do to them because they are probably going to run out of damage as well.
Fight coming in bottom lane as two sides are both smoked up. BAB and Frisk coming in on the back line. They find Alex. At the front forward of the fight, XM suddenly realizes that, wait a second, this Undying is actually quite isolated. We're going to just burst down Divine Llama. Yules him up into the air. He's dead for sure. Sammy Boy did end up dying off screen. And this chase from the side of Wildcard Gaming could not have gone worse. They were trying to get XM and Yang on the bottom side of the map. Little did they know Vici had thought about it. We're already bringing reinforcements, and they're bringing more reinforcements in front of the tier 2 tower. Alone in danger. Rebound has just come back off cooldown, but they don't actually have good vision of him, so they'll allow him to live here. But Vici Gaming, 13-3 here in the first 14 minutes of this game. 4K net worth lead. Experience also trending in their direction. They are just dominating on the map right now. Wildcard also feels like they have so much time before they can reasonably make counterplays. Troll Warlord hasn't finished his Battle Fury just yet, so he's just not fighting for a while. He's off the cards. Alone is about to pick up the Witchblade, but we still haven't necessarily seen them being able to get a big Sonic Wave out, a big fight that utilizes both the Sonic Wave as well as the Morty's Kisses. So they're forced to go for these sort of meaty plays at the moment. Get themselves into Roshan Pit, poke and prod across the map, draw attention with the Divine Llama, but team fighting is pretty much out of the question at the moment.
They're going to try and sneak a Roche here. I don't hate this play, but they're going to have to commit a lot for it, and if Vici Gaming get privy to this information at all, they don't have a unit for Frisk to be able to jump off of, and yeah, this is going to be a free Roche. So Wildcard, they're going to be able to have a farming Aegis here for Eves as well, so he's going to be able to be a little bit more aggressive with the farming patterns that he's going to go for, getting close towards that Battle Fury. But the question is, how small is this map going to be for Eves once he gets this Battle Fury, right? Like, usually you want to try and abuse as many of these camps as you possibly can, but Vici Gaming are doing a great job of just making the map so small for Wildcard to play around with. We haven't seen a Sonic Wave just yet, so maybe Alone's able to pick up a nice little fight here.
Device in danger. If he gets rebounded upon, he is certainly going to die. He's trying to escape. Maybe he's having some backup. Alex will fire snap cookie him to safety, so he'll be fine. They get strong again. But in the meantime, Sammy might not be so lucky inside the Radiant jungle. As he gets caught in, Split Earth is there. Woo! Mega kill right now for this Leshrac. 5-0-3. And the death of this chain is going to contribute quite nicely to the Bloodstone Fund. That item is coming much faster than I think Wildcard are comfortable seeing it come out, especially with XM just feeling so confident with Yang behind him. He hasn't died in this game for a reason. It feels like by the time you even get to him, you will have lost so much HP that killing him, at least at this stage of the game, doesn't seem like a reasonable prospect unless you catch him very, very, very flat-footed.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit too hard, especially now with the Bloodstone being completed at 16 minutes here for XM. He's a very, very big boy, and I just don't know how they're supposed to kill him. I don't think they can burst through 1800 HP, maybe with the Sonic Wave, but all it takes is Yang to be sitting behind. He's got full wand, he's got his mechanism up, he's getting ever so close towards that Holy Locket as well, and I don't know, man. Yeah, this feels like this Leshrac is probably going to go deathless this entire game unless he truly missteps. Like, Vici Gaming have been extremely aggressive with the relocates and how they've been playing with this Leshrac, but I just feel like it's going to be such a hard tale for Wildcard to be able to take down Vici Gaming.
Speaking of said Leshrac, as we top lane, we got to see the disgustingness that is Marcy's sidekick plus the Visage Familiars, but now we get to see the disgustingness that is the Leshrac Bloodstone. Unveiling it now for the pleasure of Divine Llama. Enjoy life, my friend. You are not undying today. He's lost his life, and Alex might have poked out a little bit too long here. Will get hit by these spirit balls. They know exactly where he's at. Trying to escape onto the high ground, but unfortunately, the fire snap quickie doesn't carry him far enough. So he will end up just going down for a double kill to the XM Leshrac. This is getting out of control. This is becoming ridiculous. Down bottom, though, they do manage to take away the Aegis at the very least from Eves. Troll Warlord has been caught. Oh, no. Troll goes in for the Battletrons. They just use him into the air, waste most of the duration. Split Earth will ensure that he dies. And of course, the one to get the kill is going to be XM. This is not fair. You get to kill the enemy carry and then still be in time middle to continue a push with the BAB Visage and ensure that the tier 2 tower almost certainly falls here as well. Where are you allowed to play Dota, Fluke? What must Wildcard do to actually have a foot in this game?
Maybe make a gentleman's agreement that XM disconnects his PC for the next 5 minutes, and that might be able to make this game a little bit easy, because the way that Vici Gaming are playing, they are very, very far ahead. It is 8,000 gold at 18 minutes into the game. As we see the replay here, like, you just see how Leshrac is one of the only heroes to be able to abuse the Bloodstone. Even Divine Llama, like, he understands, right? Like, it gets at that point in the game where this Leshrac is so far ahead that it is going to have to be a misstep that comes in from Vici Gaming for them to try and get this work done. I think the question for me is, Snare, are we going to finish this game without Alone even using his ultimate?
That is a very good question, but it's kind of difficult, right? You don't want to be just cavalierly committing Sonic Wave without any prospect of a kill. As Eves, there's a prospect of a kill onto him. He died so quickly. Like, I was looking elsewhere on the map, I clicked back on him and he's just dead. That was... wow, okay, and they catch him in the small window in between his respawn and before he has Battletrons available again. So there's nothing he can do about that. But Alone, he might use a top now if he feels confident enough into Frisk. But Frisk is actually no small customer with this Unleash. Gonna still stay alive for a little bit longer. And there we go. The first Sonic Wave does get committed. Once Alone realizes that, wait a second, there's no reinforcements coming. I can't actually commit this. But now also Vici are like, sweet, their biggest weapon is down. Let's keep going on the map. We find Divine Llama down bottom. We kill him. We know that there's no response from anybody. And even if there was, they can't reasonably kill us. Base. At least Divine Llama's having a good time. He's got a sense of humor about the situation. As Alone, I don't think he has a sense of humor about this one, as he gets caught out by BAB, solo killed by the offlane Visage, as Eves is about to get killed off by XM and Yang. A tale as old as time. Troll Warlord just being walked down by obscene amounts of magic damage early on. And Vici Gaming, here they are. They're on the high ground, Fluke, looking for a tier 3 tower 20 minutes into this game.
Yeah, this is going to be a fast one to snap. This 2-0 is going to be nice and easy for Vici Gaming. This second game, though, I think just the way that they played around the draft as well, the Troll Warlord was a bit of a question mark that the panel had for Wildcard. I think the rest of their heroes are pretty good, but they just got themselves into a position now where Troll needs so many items to be strong, and this Leshrac IO combination, as Kezu said, has literally just been dominating the pubs, so it is so hard for them to deal with. Even at this point, it is killing everybody who's across the map. At least now, maybe with some of these buybacks, they can do something. At least they haven't lost the game straight away, but they are so far behind the 8-ball here that I really don't know how they're supposed to be able to get something out. I think they're going to need 5 heroes just to kill XM by himself. If it's just him and Yang, they're going to need 5 heroes to kill him. Oh, Eves. He's been found out by the smoke.
Eves has been scouted by the birds. Frisk, is he going to rebound into him? Of course he is. Misses, though. So that's going to grant an opportunity for him to survive. At the same time, Sam drags XM and Yang towards the northern part of the map, close to where the tier 1 tower used to be. Will die for this, but happy to give space for the Troll to escape. Funnily enough, the only reason they left the push through this mid lane is because BAB was solo killing Alex elsewhere on the map, so they didn't have the Visage familiars with them. And speaking of Alex, he might end up dying again, and if he dies here, this will be a dieback, Fluke. Alex is gone. BAB is actually his worst nightmare in this game. He brings him down.
Space created,
we give away Visage, Marcy, and yeah, this is happening. Divine Llama, he gave away some space earlier. I think he's going to be giving away a little bit more of it now as he's getting ran down. There is going to be a dispo soon, but with BAB being nearby, not even sure they'll need the rebound. They'll commit it anyway just to make the kill easier. Divine Llama's gone. Godlike streak for BAB. 9-0-3 on the Visage, 11-0-5 on the Leshrac. Erica doesn't even have to play Dota, and Leshrac about to make it even more as Eves gets caught. No BKB for you, my friend. He buys out the Blink Dagger just so he has something. But that also means he will not have buyback in the event that Vici Gaming bound into his base.
The funny thing is with this as well, Erica's got the most deaths with 2 deaths. He's 2, 0, and 5 right now. He hasn't had to do anything. I think that was kind of the stroke of genius from Vici Gaming. They put a lot of eggs into the Kill Razor basket, and then Vici Gaming were like, all right, okay, XM now gets a free game, BAB gets a free game. So everybody else, as soon as they start to come to these team fights, yeah, Erica doesn't really have much, but at the end of the day, he doesn't have to when you've got this tricore that's floating around. And Vici Gaming just kind of showing that they are definitely not here to muck about. They're definitely here to get themselves the victory. They're definitely here to see if they can move forward into TI.
Ooh, Snapfire finds himself getting stunned up and killed. That's going to be another death rebound coming in. Eves will be able to dodge that stun, but cannot dodge the dispos. He's certainly going to die. Gets off the Battletrons. Erstwhile, they're quickly killing off Divine Llama during the Yule's duration onto the Troll. And now that the Troll comes down, he goes down, and that's 3 heroes gone. They're about to lose another lane of racks. The Chinese classic of Lesh IO seems to be working very, very well. I have no doubt we're going to see this a lot coming out of TI, especially out of Team Aster. And if Vici Gaming get there, they'll certainly deploy this strategy once more. And we are at the end of the game here, Fluke. There's maybe, well, they don't have Glyph, right? There's maybe one fight left. They'll get Troll back up, and then they'll go all in. They'll be like, right, boys, it's our last fight here at the Last Chance Qualifiers. Let us at least leave with a smile on our faces before we have to get to the airport. But is there do any of these heroes even die, Fluke, if they go for it?
Oh, I definitely don't think so. They've got 2 seconds now. All right, let's see if Vici are going to do the gentleman's agreement, and let's have a 5v5 before we say goodbye to Wildcard.
All right, Wildcard. Divine Llama wants a vessel charge. He's asking for it, but BAB is like, get it from Sammy. I'll kill him. Get it that way, fam. Alex down bottom, going 1v1 versus Erica, will end up dying. In the meantime, Eves goes on to XM, but XM and the crew, they have more than enough damage to deal with this Troll. They brought him down. Frisk will die, though, granting the vessel charge towards Divine Llama. Good guy, Frisk. He dominates you in the game, but he at least gives you a favor before you have to go to the airport. And Vici Gaming will eliminate Wildcard Gaming here in the lower bracket. Their TI hopes are still alive, but what a performance coming out of them. Fluke, this wasn't even close. Shout out to